What is your American dream?
I was born in New York. My American dream is music, and DJing is the one thing that I love.
My family's from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised in the Bronx. My American dream is to achieve success and prosperity through my hard work.
I am from India. I do hope that each one of us realize our own humanity and start helping each other succeed. We are all humanity, and that's the least we should be able to do.
I am from Poland. My American dreams be close to my kids and my grandkids, be happy, enjoy daily life. My dreams are very humble.
I'm from Suriname, South America. My American dream is to take advantage of opportunities to excel at my talents.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Well, Spar and Bernstein has been nothing but great to me throughout my trials. I mean, it's 5 years into this car accident, and they never gave up on me, never. And in everything, they fought for me, and I am so proud to tell everyone, don't even wink for a moment. It's you, Spar and Bernstein. My lawyer here, Mr. Barack, has been a cage animal. He wanted to go on trial, but thank God we settled out of court, and it was something that I'm very, very happy about. So everyone, I'm telling you, I'm not just making stories up. You have to use this law firm. Spar and Bernstein is the best, worldwide best.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Squeeze.
Well, good suits we're wearing today. Welcome to the Brad and Squeeze Show on 93.5 on Facebook Live. That rhymes.
That rhymes.
And we're just trying to stay alive.
You're a poet, and you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
But
you're
I'm
a poet,
bum.
and you didn't even know it.
But I'm bum. I didn't know you were going to start
But
the
you
show.
just got to go for it.
I was ready to start the show today because
you
you
were?
were still fiddling around with all your equipment. So it
More
was,
than that, Brad.
But I want you to know something.
More than that.
What?
Because I was going to bring a lawsuit against you because you are very close to them.
To who?
You know that little park between the Four Seasons building and the parking garage?
Yes.
You know that little statue in the middle where they have the water coming down?
Yes.
In front of the statue,
That's where my dog goes to the bathroom every
there's
day.
a sheesh load of, not sheesh,
Yes.
but ice.
Uh-huh.
And I was like spinning for a minute there, almost fell on my backside. Everybody's like watching.
Be very careful there.
Oh my God.
And I don't know if that's rainwater or...
It's the water from the statue.
I don't know. That's where my dog goes to the bathroom too.
Oh, thanks a lot.
I'm just letting
Are you trying to say I'm a dog that goes to the bathroom?
No, I'm saying I don't know what
Are you trying to say
slipped on.
I was trying to go to the bathroom
No,
in front of the
trying to
statue,
say-
Brad?
I'm trying to say I don't know
On
what you
Barclay
slipped on.
Street next to the Four
I
Seasons?
don't know what you were slipping on. That's what I was saying. And
Maybe that's the reason why there was someone behind me with a Cooper's Cooper.
And you were fiddling around, with all of your, your microphone, and you said I couldn't hear anything.
I was telling our social media manager
right, and you
that
couldn't
she
hear
needs to
anything.
share.
So I was ready to step in to start the show, and if you saw, I was about. And then
boom!
2 seconds before we
squeezed in.
2 seconds, exactly.
I squeezed in.
Well,
Well, ladies.
by the way, I had a guy come in yesterday. He says, I think you should change.
Only a guy?
Yeah, one guy. He goes, Brad, I have an idea. I think you should change the name of the show to Breeze and Squeeze. I go, why am I Breeze?
You know why Breeze, right?
Why am I Breeze? I don't get it.
There's a song that Idona did. There's a reggae
Is that
artist.
it? Is that it?
Yeah, Idona did this song called Breeze. And he's got my name in the song. He's talking about me chilling on the highway with Squeeze.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you ever chill
the
on the highway
breeze.
with him? Not really.
It's just a song.
Just a song. Never really happened.
You know what it is?
What?
Everybody sees me on the highway with speeding all the time. So every time I
In
get...
Jamaica?
No, here.
You're speeding in New York?
In New York.
I don't believe that.
For real?
I don't believe that. Because when
What's the sense in having a fast car and not driving fast?
No.
Got to speed, man. I'm sorry. By the way, folks, do not listen to me.
Stay under the speed limit.
Stay under the speed limit. Abide by the law. Do not follow Squeeze. All right?
So,
what?
You got here on time. I want you to know something. Squeeze. He's like the master of we're at 9:01.
And I helped one of your oldest employee who had a broken leg through all of that.
Myola.
Yes.
9:01, he walks in. He's fiddling around with all his equipment. So I look at him. You know, I'm here on time about 10 minutes. I'm always sitting here about 10 minutes to the show. We're all here. We're preparing. So I'm in the seat about 10-2. So everyone goes, "Where's Squeeze? Where's Squeeze?" I said, "Well, he hasn't texted us.
Right.
So that means he will be here.
Right.
Because I know you. I will get a text if you're not going to be here.
Right.
And you walk in, and the commercials, and he's putting on all of his stuff.
Very cool as a cucumber.
And cool as a cucumber.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I don't hear anything." And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to have to start the show. And if everybody watched, I was like this.
And boom.
And boom. 2 seconds before we went live.
Amen.
Squeeze was all ready to go. That's
the
how
reason
he
why
works.
You have a professional
He is a
working here.
unique.
That I am.
As the social media queen, RFK says Squeeze has a unique talent for showing up 15 seconds.
She gave me a compliment
and
yesterday.
Succeeding.
She gave me a compliment
Well,
yesterday. She called me up and said, "Squeeze, I need something."
But she said 99% of the time. Why don't you succeed 100% of the time?
Nah,
When was there not?
That would be, it would be imperfect to be perfect.
Yes.
All right?
All right, so why don't you tell everybody to share, and let me tell you what's going on with the wall.
Oh, the wall.
The wall.
Okay.
Not Pink Floyd.
The wall or the war?
The wall, the war, everything.
All right.
It's all the same.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as I noted earlier, this is the Brad and Squeeze Show. It's where we answer your immigration questions and more. You get some news. All right? And ladies and gentlemen, today, here's what it is that we do. We answer your immigration questions on 93.5 FM and Facebook Live, the Brad and Squeeze page. Now, I need for every single person that's tuning in on 93.5, 1, get on Facebook. 2, everyone that's on Facebook and those getting on, please share the Brad and Squeeze page on your timeline. All right? Don't forget to like Brad Bernstein and David Squeeze Annakie page also. But follow the pages.
By the way, Squeeze, I have an extra thing to say about following the page. When you go on your phone and you like and follow.
You know you can't help yourself.
I know, but this is important.
You could have waited until I finished.
I understand that, but this is very important.
Now they're
when
gonna
you
say they
like
love
and
us when we
follow, there is another button after you like and follow that says put this feed to the top. Don't press the default. You want to like this and put it to the top, so every time we come on, you will see us live at the top of your feed. Otherwise, you may not even see us at the top of your feed.
You mean pin to the top?
No, it's not pinned to the top. I forgot I looked at it, and there's a default button, and then there's another button where if you like what we do, it will automatically go to the top of our feed. Continue now. I'm sorry to interrupt
I
you.
totally forgot what I was saying. Where am I again?
Share.
Oh, shoot. I'm in the studio.
Share. Share.
I'm just kidding around. So once again, folks, back to where I was before I was interrupted by Mr. Bernstein, the attorney, who is getting ready to answer your immigration questions by you calling 1-800-529-5465. Now, yeah. So you click the share button, okay? You share on your own timeline, okay? And then you share to 50 of your friends.
Right.
All right? If you don't have 50 friends, God bless your soul. All right? Okay, it's time to get some friends. All right? Ask me for some. I'll give you some of mine. But share to 50 of your friends. But you must ask those friends, okay, to share on their friends' timeline. This way it becomes viral, it becomes exponential, and a lot of people will get a lot of help from Brad and Squeeze. With that said, let's find out what's in Brad's hands, because he likes to have things in his hands.
That is correct.
The more he has in his hands, the better he feels.
I have a stack of news here, Squeeze. A stack. Okay? Stack of news. Lot going on.
A lot going on.
A lot going on. John Kelly, you know who that guy is?
John Kelly sounds like...
He is the chief of staff. He's the chief of staff for President Trump.
Yeah.
He's a former general.
Yep. That's the guy.
Yes. This is the guy, right? He used to be the head of the Department of Homeland Security. They claim he has brought some discipline to the White House because it was a circus before. But if you thought it was a circus before, Squeeze, wait till you hear this one. John Kelly went and met with the Democratic and Republican Hispanic caucus in Congress to talk about funding the government, because the government will be unfunded as of midnight tomorrow. And they can't...
What's up with that?
They can't fund the government without an immigration deal.
What do they mean that the government was shut down?
Unfunded. That means no more money. Now, the last time, I want you to know something. The last time the government shut down, the sun still rose the next day. I mean, immigration will still be there. Vital components of the government will be there. What will happen is that, you know, people's... I don't know, things that are not vital to the U.S. government, people won't, government workers won't be getting paid. They're going to be laid off.
Right.
It's going to be a whole thing. So in any event, they say they can't fund the government without an immigration deal. Okay? The Democrats and many Republicans, not all of them, but many Republicans say they cannot do an immigration deal if they're going to be funding a 50-foot wall spanning across the entire border between Mexico and the United States. There's about 3 feet of the wall right there that has been built so far.
Not 3 feet.
Okay? Now, I want you to know something. Okay? They would have to eventually... there's a lot of holes in that wall right now. Okay?
A lot of holes and a lot of things that Donald is doing.
So Kelly goes to the Congress yesterday, and he says, Trump was a little uninformed. He now realizes, Mr. Trump, you can't build a wall because there's environmental factors, there's political factors, there's people who own property on the border. You can't build a government wall on private property.
Right.
So you would have to now go steal people's property. Plus, everyone pretty much figures out now that Mexico is not paying for this wall.
Yeah, they're very adamant about
that. And the Democrats and many people are saying they won't fund the wall, but they also won't fund the government without an immigration deal. So Kelly is going to Congress saying, well, he didn't really mean a wall can mean many things. It could be some wires, it could be some detectors, maybe some air surveillance. I have no idea who this guy is. Who's this guy?
This is a guy who looks like...
Who's this guy?
Almost looks like... that.
The Arizona representative. He looked like Colonel Sanders. So when did the Colonel Sanders from KFC become a congressman? Any event...
This guy.
Any event, he's in the caucus with a big bucket of chicken. That's what he's doing. He's like, yeah, chicken for everybody, make everyone happy. So any event, Trump now says this morning, Squeeze. Trump now says this morning, okay, that Kelly is wrong. He has not evolved. He's building a 50-foot wall across the entire border. And Trump's spokesman says this is the whole circus behind the whole thing. There's Trump's tweet. Okay, there's Trump's tweet saying Kelly is wrong. All right. And this is the whole circus behind the thing.
What's the circus behind the thing?
The whole circus behind the thing is Trump's spokesman said he was at the meeting with Mr. Kelly and doesn't recall Mr. Kelly saying that. Do you remember? Sounds familiar. I mean, it's like a circus. That's their answer to everything.
Sounds familiar.
Okay, does that sound? I don't recall Mr. Trump saying S-hole. I don't recall. Nobody has any recollection. Maybe Mr. Trump should get some people who have a memory that lasts more than 2 hours. 4 hours.
Maybe.
He seems to have a lot of people with amnesia surrounding him.
Maybe.
And by the way, Mr. Kelly has said what everybody in the world knows except the people that Trump conned to vote for him. There's no way they can build this wall. There's no way that Mexico is going to pay for it. But all you remember from the entire election cycle, think about it, is Trump standing in front of tens of thousands of people yelling, build a wall, remember that?
Yeah.
That was his entire campaign. And it was a complete lie.
But
it was a complete lie.
But it worked for him.
It worked, but it was a complete and absolute lie. He conned the American people. The man is an absolute con artist.
He's been.
A racist.
That much I know.
Con artist.
That much I know.
A racist con artist. Now, everybody in that meeting says they heard Mr. Kelly say, Mr. Trump knows he's not building that wall. Okay? And now Trump says the next day, nobody recalls that from my team, Kelly saying that.
All right.
Evidently,
this gets you excited.
It's crazy. I just want to say one other thing about Trump. I know you don't like Trump stories.
I just believe that there's more
it's just so
important things that we could be
ridiculous.
doing.
I mean, there's just so much to say. Eric Trump says, my dad's not a racist. He only sees one color green. Moron that guy is. All right. And the funniest thing.
Did you know that moron?
Oh, we have the video of Eric. I don't know if I want to watch that guy. But you want to know what the funniest thing?
Do you know what a moron is?
Yes.
What?
Eric Trump. Do you know? You want to know the funniest thing about Trump? And then we're going to go because I can't talk about him anymore after this. All right. We'll see what happens with the immigration deal, in all honesty. I believe there is going to either be an immigration deal that helps people. There's going to be no immigration deal that starts deporting 10 million people. There's either going to be an immigration deal that helps people, or there's going to be no immigration deal, and it's going to be the same laws as we've had for years and years and years.
Okay.
One or the other. That's my opinion. But the funniest thing is that Trump did the fake news awards on last night, Monday night. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday. Monday night he did the fake news awards. Squeeze. And fittingly, for the fake news awards, there was a glitch. So when everybody tuned in online to watch Trump announce his fake news awards, there was a malfunction on the Republican National Committee's webpage, and it said, site's temporarily offline. We're working to bring it back. Please try back later. Nobody actually saw the fake news. Nobody saw the fake news awards. Apparently, by the way, no shock, okay, all the favorites of the fake news awards won. All right, all of Mr. Trump's favorites won. Okay, I'm not sure who was the voting for this. Okay, apparently it was Donald and Eric voted. I'm not sure if there were any other, Don Jr. There were 3 people on the committee to vote. Maybe Ivanka and Jared Kushner. 5 maybe. Okay. And the winners, shockingly, after the votes were taken, CNN won 4 awards for fake news. The New York Times won 2 awards for fake news. ABC News won an award for fake news. The Washington Post won an award. Time Magazine won an award for fake news. Newsweek also won an award for fake news. Squeeze, we were shut out. The Brad and Squeeze show did not win. I wanted to win the award. I was actually almost considering writing a letter to Mr. Trump to ask if he would consider us for fake news awards.
You're obsessed with this dude.
The fake news awards. I'm upset that I didn't win.
No, you're obsessed with this dude.
I'm upset that I didn't win.
23 minutes after the hour, you spend 23 minutes speaking about this dude. I don't know how you do it, man.
I've got a lot of cards here, Squeeze. Lots of material.
You find the dude interesting. We all know what it is that he is. We know what he stands for. We know what he represents.
He's a con artist.
That's 23 minutes out of our lives.
Well, I got to get it off my chest.
The only thing you got to get off your chest is all that hair, man.
I got to get it off my chest. Yeah, well, winter.
You need a shave, man.
Well, winter, I want you to know something. Winter, you can't shave the chest in the winter because,
Why did I go there?
Because it's cold outside,
Why
Squeeze.
did I go there, Lord?
Why
did I go there?
I'm like a bear, Squeeze. All right.
And by the way, I must tell our social media manager that she has to pin everything to the top of all of our social media pages.
That would be RFK.
All right. No. I'm talking about my social media manager.
Oh, you're calling her out.
Yeah, Sam. She needs a little bit of it's been over a week now.
All right, call her out.
Yeah, so we gotta get her in there.
By the way, once you start calling out your employees, that generally means the resignation letter is coming.
She's probably listening and shaking her head right now.
The resignation letter, she's typing it up. The reason why she hasn't pinned anything to the top is because she's writing her resignation letter as we speak.
If I've got to do it, it's a problem.
All right, let's go to Anderson.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to what we really do here after wasting 25 minutes speaking about Donald Trump. We will now answer your U.S. immigration questions. Let's go to this person fiddling on the phone.
Anderson.
Hello. Anderson, what's
in
up?
Mount Vernon, New York.
Brad,
how are you?
Fine, thank you. I love this show. You guys are great. I have a question that's related to immigration. I am a citizen. I became a citizen about 7 years ago. Now, my sister and her husband, they're overseas. They have 2 kids. They want to come to the United States just for visit. They have no intention to stay at all. They have jobs. They have their lives there.
Where are they from?
So,
what country?
They're from Brazil.
From Brazil. And they can't get a visa.
So now, well, they did not apply yet. My sister is concerned about one thing. On the questionnaire to apply for a tourist visa,
right,
they ask if you have relatives or you know anybody in the United States. So she's afraid that they might deny because they might believe that they're coming to stay, which they are not. But this is her concern.
Well, if she lies, and I think they would know that there's a brother. My guess is that it's more likely that if she lies, she will be denied than if she tells the truth. And if she lies and is caught lying, she will never ever come to America for the rest of her life. So I hope
that's what I was
so
saying.
I hope she's watching. She should absolutely tell the truth. She has family, they have jobs, they have a home. And if you really want to, I'm going to give you a hint right now. Okay? You want to be able to get the visa? Instead of saying I'm going to visit my brother, you can say I have a brother there. Okay? Get a hotel room, get an itinerary. Okay?
Right.
You have a week in a hotel with your family, an itinerary, a plane ride there and a plane ride home, money in the bank, a job, a letter from a job saying I'm going back to that job, property. You probably get the visa.
Well, yes.
All right, they think it's more likely that you're going to go live with your brother when you say I'm going to visit my brother and I'm staying in his home, versus getting a hotel room. That's my 2 cents.
They have kids. Their plan is actually to go to Disney first for about 5-6 days and then stop in New York. So
whatever their plans are, as long as it's truthful and they're coming to visit and they're going home, it's not a problem.
Okay.
But be truthful. Be truthful. All right.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Cynthia in Hartford, Connecticut.
Cynthia in Hartford. And don't forget, we have an office, the Spar and Bernstein
We do.
office in
on Congress
Hartford.
Street.
1 Congress
I don't
Street.
know if it's 1.
It's 1.
Is it 1?
Yes.
1 Congress Street.
Yes.
I signed the lease for it.
I know more about your
My
address than you.
signature is there.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Hartford, Connecticut. Cynthia.
Yes.
Do you know where Congress Street is in Hartford, Connecticut?
What's the name of the street?
Congress.
Yes.
Okay. That's a nice street?
Yes.
Okay, that's where our office is. How far is that from you?
Like 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Not bad, Squeeze. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Cynthia, what's your question?
U.S. citizen file for her mother. How long will it take for her to get the green card if she filed in February?
Who filed for whose mother? I lost the first part of this.
The daughter filed for her mother.
Where is the mom?
The mother is living in the state.
Okay, should she file an adjustment application?
No.
They just filed an I-130?
No, she didn't do it yet.
Oh, she hasn't done anything. Okay, it'll be about 9 months if they do it properly as an adjustment.
9 months?
Approximately, yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thanks a lot. 1-800-529-5465. Reminding everyone that if you're on Facebook watching the show on the Brad and Squeeze page, make sure, or we're requesting rather, inviting you or asking you to actually share on your own timeline and then to at least 50 of your friends. And don't forget to share into the groups and any pages that you're a part of.
Very good.
To the point.
Very, very good.
Thank you.
We have 12 open lines right now. 1-800-529. 12 open lines. Nobody has any immigration questions on a Thursday, on a cold Thursday. 1-800-529.
That it is.
What?
That it is, Cole.
That it is. 1-800-529-5465. You're listening to us on WVIP 93.5 as well as Facebook. Let's see, Squeeze, if we can find,
Social
media queen.
Let's see if we can find her.
Is she around? Is she there? Is she there?
Maybe she is, but no picture on the screen.
No picture on. She's not. She was not ready. That's why.
Oh.
All right.
So she's not one. Oh, okay. All right.
She was. There she is.
There she is.
Hello.
Hello, my fair lady.
All right. Social media queen, also known as Rapid Fire Kim.
Yep.
Also known as BK Belgium Kim.
Right.
Formerly known as SMG.
Yes.
Social media guru.
Every day is a
What
different
questions
name.
do you have for us on Facebook today?
Every day it's a different
Okay.
name.
The first one I've got is from Antoinette, and she wants to know, how long does it take for my father filing for a married child? My filing is from 2008, and it would affect my son, who is 19.
Your son is probably not going to make it. Okay, they are processing because he will fall off at some point after his 21st birthday, depending on how long the I-130 took to get approved. They are processing right now. Let's see where they're processing for January 2018. They're processing October 8th, 2005. So if this was 2008 case, probably at least 3 more years of waiting, unfortunately.
Okay.
And then your son will be 22. Now, it's possible that the I-130 was approved years after it was filed, and then maybe the child would still be there under the Child Status Protection Act, but we would have to look at that I-130 to confirm.
You'd have to look.
Look. Rapid fire questions. Yes.
Cher asks, I'm asking for a friend of mine. She got married last year in September. She has a 20-year-old daughter back in Jamaica, and she's getting ready to do her own papers. Can she add her daughter to the filing?
Who's filing for her?
The friend who got married, who is filing for her green card through marriage.
Okay, so the marriage had to happen before 18, and then the husband or the friend or the wife, whoever's a U.S. citizen, would have to file a separate case. So the answer is no, unfortunately.
When can she start filing for her daughter?
After she gets her green card. And then the daughter's going to wait 6, 7, 8 years. This is what's called chain migration. This is what Mr. Trump doesn't want. But what people don't realize is, you know, when Trump says chain migration, I'm sorry, I'm mentioning his name again. You know, people think it's like automatic, like, you know, one family member gets it, and then 6 weeks later, the next family member gets it, and then before you know it, in 1 year, you got 50. No, people are waiting decades, 10, 20 years, entire generations to be joined their family. Nobody mentions that. Why is nobody mentioning when Trump says we want to end chain migration? It's not chain migration. It's the slow train around the world 10 million times migration, because people waiting decades to be joined their family. There's no chain.
There we go.
But that's what, but nobody, you don't even see it on any of the news programs. It's not chain migration. It's wait at the hell of a long effing time to migrate, to join your family migration.
What does the F mean?
You know exactly what it means.
No, I don't.
I can't say it. You want me to get fined by the FCC.
You can say it.
You want me to get fined by the FCC. But that's what it is. There is no chain. I mean, there is chain migration in terms of immediate relatives. But wouldn't you want, if you're a U.S. citizen and you fall in love with a foreigner, wouldn't you want to be joined them? Wouldn't you want that?
Absolutely.
So that's what they do. Yeah, you marry an American citizen. Yeah, and it's not even that But if you want your brother and sister to come here, there's no chain migration. It's 15, 20 year wait. You want your married children to come here? We just had a question. I filed in 2008. When am I coming? Not for 3 more years. That would be 2021. Where's the chain? That's no chain. And he wants to build a goddamn wall?
You're giving me a headache.
Sorry, get angry.
Oh, man.
Calm down, Brad. Gonna have a heart attack, Marcia Martin Hartley says.
I'm gonna have an aneurysm.
Calm down.
Oh, man.
Calm down, Marcia.
Where's RFK?
Shine Williams. Brad's gonna pop with all that yelling. Kimmy Kim London. Who's putting the angry face there?
Proceed, Kim.
All right, by the way, I'm done now.
Proceed.
I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
I was going to let you go because I understand
I'm on a rant. I'm on a rant.
There's no stopping you.
You know what? Let me have some tequila and calm down. 1 second.
There's no tequila in this room.
It's a special extra lit
Right.
version
But-
of the Brad and
by
Squeeze
the way,
show.
by the way, I want you to know something. Anybody who listened to our radio show from 20 years ago, Squeeze and I have completely changed. You know, I used to be like the calm person, like, yes, this is the answer. And Squeeze was jumping up and down like a crazy person, screaming and yelling. Now I'm the guy screaming and yelling. Squeeze is like, you're giving me a headache. He's taking his glasses off. He's like... All right.
You used to tell me not to yell.
I used to tell him not to yell. I said, you're screaming. Relax yourself. He goes, I have to scream. You used to go, everyone who listens to me, they want to hear me scream.
Nobody listens to Squeeze.
Right. All right, let's continue.
The comments are cracking me up.
All right,
People are
let's
like,
go.
get Brad.
I'm so angry. I'm drumming. I want to jump up and strangle somebody when I hear this stuff. All right, go ahead.
Selena
Claire,
wants
by the
to
way,
know
Claire wants me to calm down. I'll calm down now.
You want to calm down?
Claire Poiser, we need you to please calm down, Brad.
People don't want you to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, can you imagine?
I don't know.
You know, the other day I was
You know
telling
what, Brad?
the other day I was telling Squeeze I was going to give him mouth to mouth if he had an aneurysm, but apparently it'll be the other way around.
Jeff Bosey says that I should give you a hug.
Why should you give me a hug?
So, you know, because you're yelling, you're screaming, you're getting all
Tell
hyper.
Jeff Bosey, okay, to go hug himself.
Go what?
Go hug himself.
Hug himself?
Hug himself.
He woke up this morning, so he already did that.
All right, what else you got? Rapid fire, Kim.
Selena asks, how long does it take for immigration to approve an I-130 form?
It depends on who's filing. Sometimes, you know, if it's an immediate relative, it should be about 6 months. But if you're like filing for your brother or sister, it's going to be years.
Tanette wants to know, if someone married a green card holder and you have a son who's turning 18, can the mother put in the paperwork that she was going to apply for his citizenship?
Apply for whose citizenship?
For the son.
The son.
So, mom married green card holder. Son is 18 years old. I believe
You
the question
you can include the son on your application. You both will get your green cards at the same time, if I'm understanding the question.
I think you did.
Right.
Norbert asks, can a green card holder that got her green card through her child file for a spouse? And if so, how long is that going to take? And does the person get a work permit while they're waiting?
No, it's a different process when you marry a green card holder than when you marry a U.S. citizen. When you marry a green card holder, you're filing an I-130 visa petition. You're getting put on a waiting list. You are not getting a work permit. You get the work permit when you file the adjustment. And then you're waiting about a year and a half, perhaps 2 years. Then if you overstayed your time here, you're going to do a provisional waiver, go home, and come back.
Norman wants to know, my brother wants to file for me, but I'm worried. How long is it going to take?
Over probably a generation. There's no chain migration there.
Hermaine asks, can my brother file for me even though we have different last names?
Yes, as long as you share the same biological father or biological mother. But if you share the same biological father and the father was not married to the mother, then you also have to prove that the father had a child-parent relationship with each of you as well. So it depends on which parent you share, and then we can take it from there. But the answer is generally yes.
Stephanie asks, I spent 4 months in the U.S. If I wait 8 months before my next visit, is that going to be an issue?
Maybe.
Nandine wants to know, my friend got her interview date. How long after the interview will she know if she's been approved?
You should hear within 90 to 120 days.
Sean J asks, I've got a friend who overstayed her visiting visa. Her mom filed for her 7 years ago. She just got approved. Can she get a work permit before the waiver comes through and she has to go home to get her visa?
Who filed for who?
A mom filed for her adult daughter. 7 years has passed. She just got her approval.
She would have to do a provisional.
Is she going to get...
No, she has to do a provisional waiver and go home unless she's 245I. Now, some people are 245I and they don't realize it. They have to have the consultation to figure that out.
is she going to get the work permit before she gets the waiver?
No, it's a different process. You're only getting a work permit when you're filing an adjustment application. That's when the work permit comes in. So you got to figure out, am I eligible to file an adjustment application? How am I going to do it? If not, you're doing a provisional waiver, you're going home, coming back. You come back with the green card. Your green card is your work permit. It's your legal ability to work.
Carrie Ann would like to know, my husband, who is now 38 years old, was convicted for attempted robbery in the third degree as a youthful offender in 1998. He just applied for his citizenship. Should we be concerned?
Well, he should become a citizen, but you should also have an attorney just to make sure. But a youthful offender, as long as he was adjudicated a youthful offender, that's not a, you like that word, adjudicated.
I like that word.
As long as he was adjudicated a youthful offender, it's not a criminal conviction. Now, a lot of times people get that confused with, I was charged as a juvenile, but then you ended up with a criminal conviction. So the only time you're adjudicated a juvenile is when the whole case goes through a family court proceeding, not a criminal court proceeding. So it depends on what was going on there. And we would need to see the paperwork on that.
She's also got another question. Her grandmother legally adopted her as a baby in Jamaica, which is how she was able to come to the U.S. as a green card resident. Is there a process that she can go through in order to file for her biological parents?
Nope, I knew that was coming, and the answer is no. Yeah. Once you do an adoption, you break the ties to your biological parents. They are not your parents anymore. Your grandmother's your parent.
Luis wants to know, can you explain the provisional waiver? How hard is it to get one?
It is hard to get one. You have to prove extreme hardship to your parent or your spouse living in the United States, that there would be an extreme hardship to him or her if you were stuck back home for a decade, which is what the law requires right now.
And Sean finally wants to know, how long does a waiver take to get approved?
About 6 months.
Perfection. We've done social media rapid fire.
Very good. Very, very good.
Voila.
Very,
Voila.
very
Voila. Voila.
All right, Squeeze.
Voila. Oh, Squeeze, your français is very good.
Pardon me?
Français.
Your français, very good. Voila.
Yes. Can you say in French, Squeeze, you served me cold soup, please return it?
Huh? Why would you come up with that line?
Tu m'as donné de la soupe froide et je comprends pas pourquoi.
I don't know. I just thought it was a silly thing to say.
Why even that line?
Just a silly thing to say. All right. All right. All right. Squeeze. I'm just trying to annoy him today. Thank you very much, Rapid Fire. Kim, let's go to KALIN in Tampa, Florida. KALIN? I'm sorry, we're going to LILYANN in Atlanta, Georgia.
Can I tell everybody to share we're 181 concurrent?
Yes, hold on one second.
You know, and you can unbutcher the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need everybody, seriously. I'm getting a headache from not having enough shares. And sharing is caring.
Yes.
So if you're not sharing, you don't care.
Right.
Right? So please go to the Brad and Squeeze page on Facebook and share in your timeline and share to 50 of your friends.
Yes,
That's
please
all
do
we're
that.
asking for.
Please do that. All right. LILYANN, please call back. I just hung up on you by mistake. That was my fault.
Oh, boy.
KALIN in
Yes,
Tampa, Florida.
Good morning,
KALIN,
guys.
how are you?
Good morning, Kelly.
Good. How are you? Good morning, guys. First of all, let me say this. I've been watching you guys for a little bit this morning. I kind of agree with Squeeze a little bit and with you, Brad, in regards to the chain migration. I'm a Republican party. I belong to the Republican Party. I'm pro-Trump, but when it comes to stuff like the immigration, I have a problem because, like you said, chain migration is not the easiest thing to get done in this country. People wait for years and years to be able to get here. Not only that, but in terms of their legal status, they have to wait for years in order to be able to apply. So the chain migration, it's a phony tale that I don't agree as a Republican with.
So
I want to make sure that I said.
Thank you very much. By the way, it wasn't Squeeze who said it, it was Brad who said it. Right. But what he's saying, he's a Republican, but it's a phony tale. Okay. We're not really here to debate it, but thank you very much for, I was just giving my opinion. Do you have an immigration question, though?
Yes, I do. I do have. Oh, last year I got married to my wife in Europe. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Great.
I've been a U.S. citizen now for the last since 2014, so I think 4 years. I recently applied for her the I-130A, and I went to a legal authoritative person that was on the case that was approved by the immigration in the state of Texas. And I wanted to know my wife and I have been split now for a couple of years, and I wanted to know exactly how long would it take for her to be able to go to the embassy and the process in order for me to have her here. I was told that it was going to take about a year, but I wanted, and what would be the next step?
It does take a year, but you don't have to do you do the I-1, if she's in another country, you only do the I-130, you don't have to do the I-130A unless she's physically here in the United States.
Right, it was the I-130, and I was trying to find out in terms of time waiting.
The whole process should take approximately a year. Because of what's going on with immigration, it's probably taking a little more than a year, but it certainly won't take more than 14, 15 months if you're doing everything properly.
Okay.
Okay, and this is going to be approved, and then when she gets here, I'm assuming she's going to have the green card and everything else in between?
She enters with an immigrant visa, and when she enters with an immigrant visa, if she pays the fee for the green card online, which you do after you get the immigrant visa, the green card gets mailed to you after you enter America.
Okay, and one more thing. At the time I was working, but now I'm currently relocated to Florida, and I started a process in Tampa. In Texas. So is it going to affect me because I'm out of work and currently looking for work, like 100 million people that are out of work at this time in this country?
It won't affect you, but if you're not working by the time your wife is ready to go do her affidavits of support and everything at the National Visa Center, you may need an affidavit of support from a second person.
So I may need a second person.
Correct.
And as long as I have the second person, that person can help me bring my wife to.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay. Brad, thank you so much for your time, and good luck to you guys. I really enjoyed your show, and thanks for everything.
Thank you.
Take care, man.
Be well.
All right.
Squeeze, I do got to remind everybody that we have a partner here. I know you don't like to remind people about this, but I do. Okay?
I remind people every day.
No, you don't. Okay?
Yeah,
you would have went through this entire show without reminding anybody about our partner, USA Credit Repair.
Sometimes, it makes no sense to even
makes no sense
fight
to
or
even
push,
fight. Because
I've learned in 2018, just chill out.
You got to fight for everything, Squeeze.
Yeah.
And USA Credit Repair fights to get your credit repaired.
The only thing I fight with is you.
They fight to get your credit repaired, Squeeze. That's what they do. Okay, your credit's below 700. They fight to get it above 700.
Yeah.
Your credit is stinky. They fight to make it clean and good. And there's one telephone number to call. It's 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. If you call USA Credit Repair right now, they will give you a free consultation. And they will they definitely will give you a money-back guarantee that if your credit's not up in 90 days, money back. Now, they have, as far as I'm aware, have you ever had, in a money-back guarantee, was there ever a time when somebody didn't follow your protocol and you had to give them their money back because you couldn't get their credit up? USA Credit Repair. Was there ever a time that happened?
There have been people who do not follow
the protocol. Right. Yeah. But if you follow the protocol?
If you follow the protocol, then people will, of course, be like you. People are calling and saying their scores have jumped tremendously, 100 points, 140 points.
Correct.
However, there are some simple protocols which we say, one, do not go out and apply for a million things. Don't even go out and apply for anything without speaking with us.
Right.
Because when you do that, that's a hard inquiry.
Right.
2, pay your bills on time.
Right.
Okay. 3, try to keep your credit card balances or your revolving credit low or under 30%.
So if you do that and you let USA Credit do their thing, your credit's going to jump. I mean, we had the person call in 140 points in 30 days.
Right. Another thing also that people do not understand, Brad, people think that when you say you're going to fix their credit, they think that you're going to eliminate all the debts that they owe.
No.
That's completely something different.
Correct. The debt, you still owe the debt.
Yeah.
What you're doing is there's a number that tells people who do business with you whether they want to do business with you. And that number will go up, so then it will make you look like a better person to do business with. That's what USA Credit Repair does.
Even if you got debt behind the scenes.
Correct.
Your report card says you look.
You're right, it's like you got A's on your report card, but you could be.
You hired me to do it.
You hired Squeeze to take your test.
I hired me to take a test for you.
All right, call USA Credit Repair right now at 1-800-872-7177. They have people standing by right now to talk to you. It's absolutely free. They'll even check your credit. for you absolutely free, and they give you a 90-day money-back guarantee. And we've heard from people after people after people about what a wonderful job they do. So call them. It's time-tested. It is true. Squeeze ain't no joke. And the telephone number to call is
10 years can't be wrong.
Correct. 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-872-7177. USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. 1-800-872-7177. I do have to say, I think I say the USA Credit Repair number more than I even say the Spar and Bernstein number, the Warlink number.
Yeah,
I think I say that.
If and when you get to USA Credit Repair,
Yeah,
you do.
I think I do.
You know, occasionally.
All right, let's go to LILYANN.
LILYANN called 1-800-529-5465.
LILYANN just hung up. Let's go to KIMMY in Brooklyn.
KIMMY in BK.
Hi, you guys hung up on me yesterday. Didn't finish answering my question.
What was your question?
Sorry about that.
By the way, that was Squeeze.
That was you, dude.
That was Squeeze.
You said you didn't want to speak to LILYANN.
No, this is Kimmy from yesterday you hung up on.
Oh, so LILYANN that you just hung up
I
on
hung
deliberately.
up on LILYANN by mistake, and you hung up on Kimmy yesterday.
Mistake and deliberate is not the same thing.
Okay, fine. All right, Kimmy, what's your question?
Go ahead, Kimmy.
Okay. All right. This is a question for a friend, though. I was asking you yesterday that she got arrested for the shoplifting.
Right.
However, she got married. She's planning to go to immigration. She wants to know, like, she's scared about what's going to be like the questions. However, the case was dismissed, so she needs to carry the dismissal letter, right?
Correct.
I think. I don't know.
Yeah,
and admit that
she has to admit that she was arrested, and she brings her disposition, and she shows she was arrested, and the case was dismissed against her, so she doesn't have a criminal record. Her only issue with having arrests is you still have to prove good moral character to adjust your status. Now, one arrest in your entire lifetime that was dismissed doesn't make you a bad person. But if you're bringing in like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arrests, and they were all dismissed, it doesn't bar you from getting a green card, but they may say, hey, you get arrested 6, 7, 8 times, maybe you're not a good person. Okay,
right.
So whenever there's an arrest, you always need an attorney, even if there's one, just to make sure everything goes well.
Okay. Another question before you hang up.
Yes.
I
would not hang up on you.
All right. Is it okay to get married before you become an immigrant, like you're resident?
Yes.
Is it okay to get married before you
before you become a citizen? The answer is yes. So in other words, your question
before you become illegal.
Before you become a legal immigrant, is it okay to marry? It's okay to marry whenever you choose.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I was told you got to wait 2 months. Okay.
No, you got to wait. If you come up on a visitor's visa, maybe I misunderstood your question. If you come up on a visitor's visa and you get married within the first 90 days of your entry into America, and then you go and file for your green card, they're going to say you lied when you came in the airport. You said you were coming to visit, and apparently you were coming to get your green card, so you wait 90 days in those situations.
Okay.
All right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Once again, folks, 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Make sure you make that call.
LILYANN in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. How are you, LILYANN?
I'm good, thank you. I keep getting cut off every time I'm about to connect on the call.
You want to know what that was me, because I have a touchpad here, and sometimes my big fat fingers touch the wrong button. So my apologies.
Okay, a pleasant good morning to the ISC panel there. We truly appreciate everything that you guys are doing for immigrants and their family. I have 2 questions this morning.
Okay.
My first question is, if at all is possible, what are the different ways that an undocumented alien can be petitioned for?
Okay, what's your second question?
Oh, the second one is, I have a friend who told me that she became a citizen 7 years ago. And at that time, her 24-year-old daughter, I think she said was 17 years old. She did a petition for her daughter to become a citizen the same time she was getting her citizenship, but they told her that because one of the parents is not born American, she said immigration told her this, that the child could
the daughter had a green card at age 17 when the mother was a citizen and the daughter was living with the mother?
Yes, sir.
She's a citizen. So she was given a wrong decision by immigration. She should call me.
I told her.
Yes, the
I
daughter's
know.
a citizen of the United States. If the daughter goes to naturalize now, her naturalization would actually be denied because they say you can't naturalize to become a citizen because you're already a citizen. And then the daughter would really become frustrated. She's like, wait a second, I'm getting denied all over the place. So
what would be the process for her to become a citizen now?
She is a citizen. She's been a citizen since she was 17. There is no process to become a citizen. She's a citizen. Mazel tov. What she needs to do is file what's called a certificate of citizenship, which is an N-600 form, to get proof that she's a citizen. But she's been a citizen for 7-8 years now, whatever it is.
And she has to pay the fees?
Of course you do. You always got to pay the fees.
The
Welcome to America.
N400.
Not the N400, because she's not naturalizing.
Right.
An
I was about to say.
N600. She's getting a certificate of citizenship. But welcome to America. It's always a good lesson. Okay, America, you pay for everything. All right?
Everything.
Everything.
So it's the N600 she needs.
Correct. All right. As far as your first question, I went to law school for 3 years. I took an entire class on immigration. I still didn't read all the different ways to get green cards. There's volumes and volumes and volumes and volumes and volumes of books on every possible scenario. So as far as you asking, what are all the different ways I can get a green card? The answer is you would need a consultation. Let's find out what your facts are, and then I can tell you what your particular options may be.
It's not me, Mr. Brad, please. I'm a citizen of the United States.
Whoever that person is, you're asking. I can't give you the treatise on immigration. That I can't do. All right, so hold on 1 second if you want. Okay.
There you go.
All right. There you go. Well, she doesn't want to hold on.
She hung up on you, man.
She hung up. She's mad at me now.
It was her turn to hang up on you.
Her turn to hang up on me. I'll show you.
With 4 minutes to go, once again, ladies and gentlemen, we must remind you that you can call the number 1-800-529-5465. That is the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and the same number that you call to get on air. Remember, there's a personal injury department, a criminal defense department. Did you know that, Brad?
I did
tax
know that.
law department.
I did know that.
Family law department.
I knew that.
Immigration department.
Know that.
Did you also know that there's an office in Hartford, Connecticut at 1 Congress Street?
I know that too.
Did you know that
Top floor?
Did you know that the law offices of Spar and Bernstein is open 6 days a week?
I know that.
Did you know that we're on radio, live at 9 and live at noon?
I don't believe that.
5 weeks.
I'm told I am.
5 days a week.
I've never actually heard the radio show because I'm always here.
So you don't believe we're on?
I know, I'm sure, because people tell me they hear me. But I've actually, how could I hear the radio show if I'm doing it? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you could have Jill turn it on in your ear.
In my ear, but then I would get feedback. But I assume I'm on.
Yeah.
Yes. Tracy in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yes, I have a question. Good morning, Brad and
How are
Steve.
you?
Good morning.
Okay, I'm fine, thank you. I'm going to make it short because I know it's almost time for the program. Anyway, my husband petitioned for me from Jamaica, but I'm here on H-2B visa. Is there any way you can adjust his status?
Yes.
Even though he had already filed a petition for me already?
Your husband's a citizen?
Yes, he is a citizen.
Yeah, after you've been here 90 days, you file an adjustment, and we can certainly help you. Hold on 1 second, okay?
Okay.
She was short and to the point.
Yeah, you can adjust your status. Wait 90 days, even though the petition was filed. You don't have to go back home. Adjust your status here. You can flip it around.
All right.
You can absolutely flip it around. By the way, Squeeze, we're going to be off the air on WVIP in about 90 seconds. I do think it's very pertinent. We have something that we did about 3 months ago about being close to the border and what to do in case you are near the border.
Right.
Because there is a 100-mile border zone in which immigration can stop you and ask you for your documents versus not being within 100 miles of the border. 2/3 of America is within 100 miles of a border. So if you are interested in hearing about living within, and by the way, you know what's within 100 miles of a border?
What?
New York City.
Okay.
New York City is within 100 miles of a border.
That's true.
Yes. So for everybody listening on WVIP.
That's the Canadian border, right?
No. The Atlantic Ocean is 2 feet away from us.
Okay.
That's the border.
Oh, that border.
Yes.
Okay.
So you're still allowed. So for everybody who is listening on WVIP, please take out your phone right now. Go to the Brad and Squeeze Show. We are live. We're going to be continuing our show on the Brad and Squeeze Show. If you haven't followed us, please follow us. Please make sure that you default us to the top of your page after you follow and like us on the Brad and Squeeze Show. And I do have to remind everybody that prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome. And this has been an attorney advertisement. Partnered with USA Credit Repair, the key to beautiful credit. And you can call USA Credit Repair at 1-800-872-7177. To call Spar and Bernstein, it is 1-800-5...
Attorney advertisement. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome.
Very good. 1-800-529...
Attorney advertisement.
1-800-529...
Attorney advertisement.
Very good. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. All right, so let's speak to Nordia in West Palm Beach.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna run our little segment about living within 100 miles of a border, including New York City and what immigration can and can't do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go to Nordia in West Palm Beach, Florida. Nordia.
Good morning. I have a question.
Yes.
My daughter is here illegal. She's 11 years old, but I'm a resident. I would like to know what could I do. I talked to a lawyer. They said I should put in a I-130.
Where is the father of this child?
That father's in Jamaica.
Okay. So, and the father, you can put it in I-130. The other thing you can do is if you can show the father abandoned your daughter, because you only have to show one parent.
Right.
Okay. She can go in to family court, show that the father abandoned the child. It's not in the child's best interest to return to Jamaica to the father, and get a special order, and she can do a SIJ and adjust here. Doesn't have to wait on citizenship. There's all different ways.
So she don't have to go to Jamaica.
All different ways to do it. Hold on one second, okay? All right. We got a whole bunch of more calls here now.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
Let's take them. I'm all for the listeners and the viewers.
Norman in St. Peter's, St. Martin.
Wow. How is the recovery in St. Martin?
Hello?
Yeah, how is the recovery in St. Martin from the hurricane?
It's not going too bad. It's going slow, but it's kind of steady,
It's getting there.
Is it getting back to normal now? Is life normal there?
We are doing some cruise trips here, and so it started coming back.
And the tourists are coming back?
Yeah, they are coming back.
I got a question to ask you when you're done with Brad. Go ahead.
Go ask all the questions, and then Norman could ask the question.
Is it true that prostitution is legal in St. Martin?
I have no idea. Is prostitution legal in St. Martin? Squeeze would like to come and be a tourist there if that's the case.
They got a lot of clubs here.
It's not legal.
It is legal.
It is not legal.
It is.
It's legal. Well, it's legal. Once they have the permit, it's legal.
Yes. It's legal to be a
I
prostitute
told you
in
that.
St.
Yeah.
Martin.
Yes.
Huh?
Now you learned something. Now you're not going there, Brad.
Squeeze will be in St. Martin this weekend. All right, now I'm sorry, Norman. What's up?
I go take you someplace.
Norman can take you where you need to go, Squeeze.
No, listen. I'm going over to Anguilla. All right.
All right, Norman. What's up? What's up? What's your question?
Yes, my brother is in the States, and he would like to file for me, so we want to find out how long would it take, how many years?
Like 15 years, 10, 15 years.
15 years?
Yeah. But just do it, put it away.
Huh?
Yeah. Do it and put it away. In other words, don't sell the property, don't quit your job, let your brother file for you and see what happens.
Oh man, I thought it was 10 years.
No, it's about 15 now.
Okay.
All right, but let him do it.
All
right.
All right.
So it's easier to marry somebody then, huh?
If you love him.
If it's a real marriage. It ain't easier if you're doing a business marriage because you're going to get caught, you're going to be barred for life, and you're committing a crime.
I know.
All right. So it's not easier, it's faster. As long as it's real.
Yeah, it's faster.
As long as it's real.
If it's a bona fide relationship, yes.
All right, let's go to Miss Jones in Queens. Miss Jones.
Miss Jones.
Hi, good morning.
How are you?
I have two questions for you guys. I wanted to know if a grandmother can file for her grandkids.
No, but a grandmother can file for her daughter or son and include the grandkids, but you can't file directly for grandkids.
Also, okay, thanks. Another question, can a sister file for a brother who is married and has 3 kids?
If the sister is a U.S. citizen, yes.
And how long would the process take?
15 years.
15 years.
Okay, now as far as the grandkids are concerned, your next question should be, how do I get my grandkids here if I can't file for them? And that would,
Right.
there's other ways, just because a grandmother can't file for grandkids, you don't say, oh, all right, that's it. You should have a consultation. Let's see what the story is with the grandkids.
Okay, but if the mother filed for her son who's married and has kids, how long would that process take?
About 10 to 12 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on and have a consultation. That's what you need. By the way, a lot of people in the Caribbean calling. We got Sasha from St. Patrick, Grenada. Sasha.
St. Patrick, Grenada.
St. Patrick, Grenada. Sasha.
Hi.
How are you, Sasha?
How are you? I'm good.
Was Grenada hit hard by the hurricane?
No, we didn't have
It missed it. Missed it. Thank God.
Yeah.
So what's going on in Grenada? What's your question?
My question is, I was in U.S. and I was pregnant and I was on U.S. on vacation, and I get a problem with the baby and I had to wait and end up getting the baby in Grenada, in U.S. Sorry. So I'd like to affect my visa.
Well, unfortunately, when you give birth in the United States on a visitor's visa and your child is born in the United States, most likely they're going to cancel your visa if they find out about it, and they're certainly not going to renew your visa, and you're going to have a hard time, not an impossible time, but a very hard time proving that it was an emergency situation, you had no choice, that it was not your intention of giving birth in America. All right? And you're going to definitely need an attorney if you want to come back to the United States. So hold on one second, okay? Hold on. All right, let's go to Sharon in Hartford, Connecticut. Sharon.
Sharon in Hartford, Connecticut.
Sharon.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Are you on Congress Street in Hartford, Connecticut right now?
No.
Okay, because if you were on Congress Street in Hartford, Connecticut, I would tell you to go say hello to Marina, who is managing our Spar and Bernstein office in Hartford, Connecticut.
And who is Marina?
Marina's
No,
a
I'm
fantastic
all the
immigration
way.
lawyer.
Well, I'm all the way. I'm in not Hartford. I'm in Connecticut. In Middletown.
Okay, how far is that from Hartford?
About 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, we have an office there. If you need help in Hartford, Connecticut, about 3 blocks from the courthouses on Congress Street.
Oh, okay, let
Just
me get the
FYI.
address. Yeah, but I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
So. Okay, I had some problem in Jamaica, which I don't want to talk on the here, which wasn't good. I could not go to the police because of my life. But anyway, I was in Canada, and I met my husband. I came to America. I met this guy, and I came here. Over here now, we got married, but the thing is that his daughter filed for him 1 year ago. He has green card, so obviously he can't file for me now. As
Why
I said
you
to
say
people,
obviously? Why you say obviously he can't file for you? Of course he can file for you.
Because they said that. They said
Who's
he
they?
has to get it. They said he
Who's
has
they?
to have the citizenship.
Who's they?
I spoke to a lawyer, and he
The
said
lawyer's
he
a
had to have
moron.
this.
You like that word, don't you?
Moron. Not you, the lawyer. You're married
No,
to a
because-
resident, let him file for you. It's 1.5 years, 2 years. Why not?
Because he said because it's my husband's daughter filed for him,
So what?
and he yeah.
Yeah, so what? You're married to this man?
Yes, we married
Okay.
over
let
almost a year now.
So let him file for you right now. Hold on. We can help. We're 30 minutes from you in Hartford, Connecticut, and you definitely need help. Okay? But he should be filing for you. Hold on one second. They. All right. We did a peace squeeze about 3 months ago. I think it's very pertinent now because ICE has announced that they are going to be going on raids in the next few weeks. They've already arrested 1,500 people in San Francisco. They're going into sanctuary cities now to make a point. That just because you're in a sanctuary city doesn't necessarily mean ICE can't operate there. It's very important to watch what we're going to show now. Living within 100 miles of the border. San Francisco is within 100 miles of the border, Pacific Ocean. Okay? 2/3 of America lives within 100 miles of the border. We did this about 3 months ago, but we thought it was important to show again. All right, let's watch.
Let's check it out.
We will watch at some point.
Okay, welcome again to the Brad and Squeeze Show. My name is David Squeeze Annakie, and I'm here with 2 good attorneys from the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Of course, obviously, Brad Bernstein, and we've got Paul Hirsh, and today we're here to speak about the 100-mile border law. And we're going to be expounding a little bit more on that.
By the way, Squeeze, do you know 200 million people live within 100 miles of the border. That's land and sea.
That's like 2/3
going
of the United
around
States.
the entire United States. And if you are found within 100 miles of the border and you entered the United States without inspection, and you are now found within, and you can't prove you have been here for at least 2 years, it is automatic expedited removal. You don't have a right to see a judge. You have very limited constitutional rights, and short of filing something called the Convention Against Torture, that your life is in danger if you're going to return home, you're going to get deported, and your family may not even hear from you until you're in another country.
That's interesting.
I have Paul Hirsh here because he's a criminal defense attorney. He's well aware of Fourth Amendment rights. This is a Fourth Amendment issue, Squeeze.
But can we break this down? Because a lot of people are hearing the legal jargons and within the border. So you're simply saying if someone crosses the border without being inspected by the government, if let's say someone that they call an illegal resident or someone who doesn't have a green card, someone who is not a citizen, you're saying they cross the border and they get caught within 100 miles of the border, they could automatically just be kicked back out of the country.
Well, a U.S. citizen has the protections of the Fourth Amendment. Anywhere in the United States, the police need probable cause to stop you, search you, ask you questions if they believe that there's a crime about or you were involved in some illegal activity. Here, within a 100-mile border, and what we're talking about here is that the federal government, the federal authorities, have a right to stop you and ask you for your papers to see whether you're a U.S. citizen. The protections of the Fourth Amendment have gone out the window. There basically is no Fourth Amendment protections when it comes to federal authorities within 100 miles.
As long as they are treating everybody equally.
Correct. That's where things...
That's the key thing.
Correct.
They don't have a right to stop you beyond 100 miles of the border, but if they're treating everybody equally, they're stopping white people, black people, yellow people, green people, purple people, and people of all religions equally at a border stop or at a border checkpoint or at a checkpoint anywhere on a highway, then really you don't have a lot of Fourth Amendment rights. But if they're individually picking people out based on the color of their skin or what they look like, that's when the Fourth Amendment comes in. That's when it's an illegal search and seizure.
Right. And sometimes they'll even have a plan where they'll stop every 7th person, every 10th person. That has to be decided before it begins. There's usually a set plan in action. They'll set up a checkpoint, and they'll say every 3rd, every 5th, every 10th car is stopped and questioned.
And then you would have to demonstrate that they
okay.
actually did what they said they were going to do.
Exactly. You could be here for a year and go visit a state or a city that's near the border, be approached by federal authorities, and be thrown out of the country.
So it's not just about crossing the border. It can be someone who's actually already living here for years.
As long as they don't have any sort of entry stamp. If you have an entry stamp, you came here on a visa, it's a different story. Let me just tell you the history of all of this so we know how we got to where we are today.
Right.
There is no constitution. The Constitution only exists for people who live in the United States. So at the border, when you come into the airport at the border, you don't have a right to see a lawyer. You don't have a right to see a lawyer when you're at the border in Canada or in Mexico because you haven't made a legal entry into the United States. And the law has evolved over time to, some people would run across the border. And while the Border Patrol was in hot pursuit of people running across the border, the law said, you know what, they really didn't really make an entry. They're trying to evade detection. Come fast forward to the Obama era. Obama said, it's not only now no longer hot pursuit, but if you're caught within 100 miles of the border, within 14 days of you being in the United States, and you can't prove you've been here for more than 14 days, you are considered as if you're trying to evade detection and somebody's in hot pursuit of you. Fast forward to Donald Trump, that orange guy in the White House. He changed that rule from 14 days to 2 years. Wow. That the government, basically he's saying is that they've been in hot pursuit of you for the last 2 years. Okay, so if you're caught within 100 miles of the border, and we're gonna put up, what that border looks like. But if you're caught within 100 miles of the border within 2 years of your entry, without a visa, it's expedited removal. Look at what we're looking at here. That is the entire ring of the United States. It includes cities like San Diego, El Paso. It includes entire states like Connecticut, Delaware, Florida, Hawaii, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Rhode Island, Vermont, They lie almost entirely within this area. 9 of the largest U.S. metropolitan cities, New York City, Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Philadelphia, Phoenix, San Antonio, San Diego, and San Jose also lie within all of these areas. Now, there are 170 checkpoints by Border Patrol throughout these areas, and you have more limited rights within these areas than without these areas. Let's talk about those limited rights, Paul. So if you're caught within 100 miles of a border, the U.S. Border Patrol is allowed to stop people. Okay, what kind of defenses would you have if they set up a checkpoint and they're stopping everybody? There's not really much of a, because they're not really making any distinction between any one individual.
And by the way, folks, if you're just joining us, Paul Hirsh is a criminal defense attorney at the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. Yes, Paul.
Yeah. But now let's say they don't stop at checkpoint, because we get these calls all the time on the Brad and Squeeze show. ICE is on the subway. ICE is on Jamaica Avenue. ICE is in Los Angeles. ICE is walking the streets. Do they have a right to just stop you even though you're with, they have to have some reasonable suspicion, I would presume, right? And maybe you want to expand on this.
And I think
that before they stop you, because how would they know if, they would have to know something that either you're here illegally or that you've been here for less than 2 years.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it comes down to probably what you look like. And that's why it becomes very discriminatory. If the color of your skin makes a federal authority believe that they want to check your papers, then that's what they're going to use. And clearly that's not enough on a state level or constitutional level.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say you're in New York City. Okay, you are somebody who's out of status or somebody who's concerned about Immigration and Border Patrol. Obviously you come to a checkpoint, you're in trouble. You can't, be like the Three Stooges and go and run, So
you could try.
You can try, but you're not going to get too far. Okay, but just if you're walking down the street, what kind of things should people be thinking about?
Well, you should be thinking about, making sure you have identification on you. You should be thinking about making sure you have an attorney that, you're comfortable with and someone can reach out on your behalf. Whether they give you that opportunity or not, that's a different story.
Do you have a right to remain silent?
You certainly, yes.
You do have a right to remain silent.
You have a right to remain silent.
Do you have to provide them with your passwords to email or other social media for them to check whether or not you have something on social media that would indicate you are out of status because you're remaining silent?
No, you don't have to give them your passwords. You don't have to give them that stuff. They'll take your electronic devices. They may try to get in it. They may try to convince you that, let me just take a look and I'll let you go kind of idea. But no, you do not have to give those.
And they reserve the right to lie too, right?
Yes, they not forget about the federal authorities, the regular state authorities as well. They're allowed to lie, cheat, make up falsehoods to get you to say or do something that they want you to do.
Right. A lot of this is going to come down to discrimination.
Right.
Why would somebody pick, for example, Squeeze over me? Okay,
I'm black.
We're both U.S. citizens.
Yes,
I'm black.
Okay, but if Squeeze and I are walking down the street, who's Border Patrol going to stop first?
Let me repeat myself. I'm black.
Correct. Right. Or maybe if you were Hispanic.
Yes, if I were.
And if that is the only reason, is the color of your skin or what you were wearing that makes you look like a foreigner, okay?
You're going to look like a Muslim.
That's discrimination.
Yeah. Clearly.
Okay, and they have laws against discrimination even in these situations. Okay, and so there's a big difference between being stopped at a checkpoint when everybody is stopped and they are asking Brad Bernstein for ID, they're asking David Squeeze Annakie for ID, they're asking Paul Hirsh for ID, versus just literally walking down the street and say, hey, you look like you got dark skin, show me identification. And even if Squeeze were to show identification, and let's assume he's an illegal alien, which I know for a fact he's not, because
I'll tell you this:
citizen.
if I'm walking down the street and they attempt to stop me and ask me, I'd simply say no, and I'd keep walking.
That's what I would do as well.
I'm a U.S. citizen.
But they have something called habeas corpus, Squeeze.
And expound on that.
Okay, habeas
please.
corpus, it's Latin for bring the prisoner forward. So as an attorney, if, because you don't have rights, okay? You don't have.
Who doesn't have rights?
You don't have rights
People who
within
are
100 miles.
If you're not a U.S. citizen or a resident.
Correct, and you're caught within 2 years. But you also have rights against unlawful stops, unlawful searches, even within this 100 miles of a border. And if the only thing that the Border Patrol can point to is your dark skin or your clothes, and that's what caused you to stop this person, that to me would be an illegal stop, and I think that would be unconstitutional.
Yes, and I think that was the big case out in Arizona when they had the sheriff, Arapo, who was found guilty of illegal discriminatory practices, and President Trump just pardoned him. So
well, that was pretty sad there. Can I slip something in here that's very important? The phone number, ladies and gentlemen, for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein happens to be 1-800-529-5465. We're going to throw it up right there on your screen shortly. The number is 1-800-529-5465. If you'd like a whole lot more on what Brad and Paul Hirsh is speaking about, you can simply call that number 1-800-529-5465. Very important number. That is the number for the law office of Spar and Bernstein here inside of New York City at 225 Broadway. Back to you.
Go ahead, Paul.
And I would think that's probably one of the smartest things you can do now. If you're here illegally, you're working on maybe your papers, and have an attorney that you've already consulted with. Have their number. Have your family know that you've consulted with that attorney. Have them have that number for you, so that should they get wind that you've been picked up by the authorities, at least someone can reach out to your attorney, and maybe there can be something done to help protect you.
Paul, discrimination is something that we keep fighting with here at Spar and Bernstein, that lots of attorneys, lots of people are fighting. You should always have a good attorney saved in your phone. Probably the best way to protect yourself and the best way to protect your family is have a good attorney saved in your phone, especially if you're living within 100 miles of a border, especially if you don't have a visa entry, because you're not going to be able to prove you were here for 2 years, 4 years, 10 years, unless you have work records or school records or hospital records. They're going to throw you out of the country.
Absolutely.
Unless you have a good attorney who's going to do something to protect your rights.
Right, and whatever rights you have, however limited they are, you alone are not going to be able to do anything about it. You're going to need an attorney to help.
Absolutely. And that's the reason why it's extremely important for you to dial the number. I'd like to see you dial it, let it ring for about 10-15 seconds. This way we know you're truly saving the number. The number is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. That's the number for the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and we all need to have that number stored in our phone. And as Paul Hirsh noted earlier,
for your own safety.
Give it to your family. Give it to your family members.
Do it for your own safety.
Give it to your friends, and give it to your foes. All right.
All right. Thank you, Squeeze.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, and we'll go.
Thank you, the Brad and Squeeze show fans.
Invisible Squeeze, we are back. Invisible Squeeze I'm back with Invisible Squeeze now. Squeeze had to go to a meeting, and since we extended the show, he didn't realize that he had a meeting scheduled he had to leave to, so I'm going to finish up without Squeeze. And just a programming note, tomorrow we are going to be off the air. We'll be back live on Monday, so 12 o'clock is going to be our last show. Squeeze and I are going ice fishing. We have a chair, a rope, and a wooden stick. Squeeze is going to buy a saw, and we are going to sit out and contemplate the world and life while we ice fish. So we'll be back on Monday. But we're going to go right now to Rapid Fire Kim. And by the way, we're going to be back at 12 o'clock as well. But tomorrow, programming note, we will not be here. Rapid Fire, let's go, quickly.
Okay, Carrie Ann has a follow-up. She was the one who asked about her husband who had been convicted for an attempted robbery in the 3rd degree as a youthful offender. She actually sent us the disposition as a private message.
I can't look at it on the air. She would have to have a consultation with us.
It does say
I can't look at it on the air. I would have to look at it. Okay, she needs a consultation. I don't know the state laws of every state. I would have to look at the disposition, look up the law. There is absolutely no way in the world I can give her Sorry, I know you're trying to sneak in a freebie, but the answer is unfortunately, we would need to have a consultation.
Annie asks, if you get a baby in the USA but you're on vacation visa, is that going to impact filing?
Yes, we talk about it a lot. Yes.
Rushane wants to know, if I file my I-130 in May, how long is it going to take for me to get a response from immigration?
Who's sponsoring you, the I-130?
How long should it take for them to get a receipt?
30 days.
Sandra asked, my sister filed for me in 2005. Can you tell me how much longer I have to wait?
Not much longer. They are, let's see where they are. They are in June 22nd, 2004. So you're just about there. Maybe, depending on when in 2005, it could be anywhere from 12 to 18 months from now. Maybe less.
Michelle asked, I filed for my sister and her daughter in 2008. How much longer do they have before she gets through with
3 to 4 years.
She also wants to know, if I file for, how long will it take if someone filed for their son or daughter who is married?
10. 12.
Maxine asks, could you elaborate on the 1979 to 1987 green cards that have no expiration? The government has done nothing with it so far.
There is a regulation that says those green cards are expired. You have to renew them.
Stanford wants to know, can ICE deport you if your papers are already already in and you're waiting for a social security number?
You can be deported up until the day you become a citizen of the United States. That doesn't mean you will be deported, but they can put anybody they want in deportation. They got to prove deportation, but anyone can be put in deportation up to the day you get a U.S. passport.
And finally, Dodian would like to volunteer to come fishing with you and is angry that Squeeze invites everybody to the club, but not ice fishing.
Ice fishing is really all about contemplation and meditation. It's not a club thing.
It's not really a group activity.
Not really a group activity, sorry.
And we've got through social media.
All right, thank you very much. We'll see you back at 12, Kim. Let's go quickly. We have 3 people on hold. Let's go to Marva in Queens. Marva? Let's go to Ronnie in... Marva, call back. I just heard hello at the end. Romaine in Kingston, Jamaica.
Hello.
Romaine.
Hello, good day.
How are you?
I'm good. Just have a quick question. My stepfather died in 2013.
Yes.
And I was on filing for me and my sister was on filing, right? And we didn't get any response since that.
Well, you could if your stepfather died, where are you now? You're in Jamaica, and the I-130 was already approved. You have another family member can step into the shoes. You can do a humanitarian waiver to have somebody take over the case. We can certainly help you. I assume if your stepfather's here, probably your mother's here, or you have a brother or sister here, or somebody here who could step into the shoes of your stepfather's case and do a humanitarian waiver. Nothing happens automatically, Romaine. It doesn't happen by magic. You actually have to do something. So if you're saying I'm waiting around for something to happen, nothing. You'll wait forever. You'll wait forever. You have to be proactive. So hold on. We can help you though. Okay. All right. And finally, our last call of this show, Marcia in the Bronx. Marcia.
Yes, I'm good. Good morning,
Good morning.
Brian. Yes, I am calling. I have a niece that is had a mentally breakdown in Jamaica, and she has a daughter that is 7 years old, and I would like to know if I could help her.
You can if you're a U.S. citizen, and you can do an orphan petition. If the mother has abandoned the child, you would have to strip the mother of her parental rights, bring the child up to the United States to do an orphan petition. But certainly, yes, there is a way to bring that child up here if you're a citizen and you want to help that child.
Yeah, because there's a mental breakdown.
Yes, I understand. The mother had a mental breakdown. There's a 7-year-old child. We got to break the ties between the mother and the child. That's done in Jamaica. We can help you with that. Terminate basically the parental rights because the mother is ill, and then bring the child up as an orphan. So hold on one second. We can help you, okay? All right, so there you have it, folks. The show that never ends, 1.5 hours of immigration. We're going to be back at 12 o'clock to do it again. And we'll be back again on Monday. Just programming note, we ice fishing on Friday. Live immigration, live Brad and Squeeze on Monday. And everybody, if you need any help right now, give us a call at 1-800-529-5465. It's not just immigration. It's personal injury, construction accidents, divorce, family court, tax debt relief, criminal defense, all of your legal needs right here at Spar and Bernstein. Thanks for watching the Brad and Squeeze Show. We'll be back at 12.
The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465.
What are you doing?